gang violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car. I can still get shot by the police, but I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, YouTube? It's a Black Gen Z Mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe. Let's get into the video.
Two people are seriously hurt after a shooting in Brooklyn Park. It happened just after 7 this evening in an apartment building on 73rd Avenue North. Witnesses told investigators the victims knew each other and got into a fight.
So, shooting at the park, and I covered a shooting at the park in Atlanta just last week. And now, change the scenery, you know, keep one thing constant. These super gremlins on demon time. And this is the result that you get.
Someone pulled out a gun and both people were shot. Police have not shared more information about the victims or who may have pulled the trigger.
The Brooklyn Center community celebrated Daunte Wright's life and legacy as it comes up on a year since his death. David Schumann was there and shares how Wright's family is helping change how the city handles public safety.
Dog. We still talking about Daunte Wright. And if you guys don't know what's going on with the Daunte Wright situation or what went on with the Daunte Wright situation, please make sure you go to actually I think it was like the second live stream I ever did on this channel. It's called #FreeKimPotter. Let me get the actual name, but basically I broke down the the Daunte Wright situation, and this dude was definitely a super gremlin on demon time, okay? But the video is called #FreeKimPotter. Daunte Wright was a super gremlin. Here are his victims, and one of his victims was Caleb Livingston and a glider female by the name of CV. I actually don't think that her full name was released because they're protecting her anonymity. But there are people that this guy negatively affected in a real way. Okay, he paralyzed one of his best friends in Caleb Livingston, paralyzed him, shot him in the head. Okay, and I've actually been speaking with some of Caleb's family, and they have confirmed that you know, Daunte Wright and Caleb got in a fight, and then Daunte came back and did what he did. Now Caleb Livingston is indeed paralyzed, okay? So Daunte Wright was not a good guy, and he was leading a life that ended up exactly where he deserved.
They said his name. It was called an Angelversary celebration, and it was a celebration.
An Angelversary celebration. And look, this is what I'm gonna say. I am not one to condemn, okay? I'm not trying to tell God to do his job or how to do his job, but let's keep it a buck. If God let Daunte Wright into heaven, everybody going.
Monday will be a year since former Brooklyn Center police officer Kim Potter shot and killed Daunte Wright during
Free Kim Potter. #FreeKimPotter. Get the hashtag going.
A traffic stop. His mother, Katie Wright, told WCCO this week she can't believe so much time has passed.
It seems like just a week ago I was sitting over there watching all of this unfold. But we're going to continue to say Daunte's name.
Brooklyn Center Mayor Mike Elliott complimented the Wright family's strength Saturday, saying they never wavered in their fight for justice.
Hold on. Whoa, hold on. Look at his Angelversary picture. Let's go back.
His strength Saturday, saying they...
This super gremlin, what is this? Hold on. What? Throwing up a gang sign with his angel wings and a halo? I don't know how many gangsters God is letting up into heaven. I don't.
They never wavered in their fight for justice.
Justice looks like changing the system so that this never happens again.
Changing the system. Look, this is the type of rhetoric that gets more people killed by these super gremlins on Demon Time.
To another family.
Katie is working directly to try to achieve that. She, along with Amity Dimmick Heisler, whose son Kobe was also killed by Brooklyn Center police, are serving on a Brooklyn Center committee responsible for overhauling the city's public safety approach.
We're making progress. We actually just talked about traffic stops. And I have wonderful aspiration and hope that Brooklyn Center will be the change.
The Wright family was joined here tonight by George Floyd's girlfriend, Jacob Blake's father, Breonna Taylor's aunt.
Lord have mercy. Okay, we got George Floyd's girlfriend in the building, which is a glider woman. She's not African American. She's a glider woman, okay? Not trying to demean him in any way, okay? I mess with the glider woman too, but I'm just saying, it ain't like she just some blackity black activist, okay? Who else did they say? They say Jacob Blake's father, I believe, and we all know that Jacob Blake, he got shot 10 times by the police after sexually assaulting his girlfriend and violating a stay away order. Not to mention he was fighting with 3 officers and was tossing them like a sack of potatoes. Then we got Breonna Taylor. The situation with Breonna Taylor, we already know she was a trap queen. So you have all of these different type of people, all these different personalities, so many different things going on. And let's keep it a buck. None of these people that they mentioned were innocent.
And Emmett Till's cousin, showing how far.
Now, okay, they got Emmett Till's cousin. Look, Emmett Till's family, they have to really, they need to do some research on the people that they support, because Emmett Till ain't got nothing to do with these types of people. Emmett Till ain't do nothing wrong. Okay? But the rest of these folks that he mentioned were super gremlins on Demon Time.
Our Daunte Wright's impact has reached and the power of community supporting each other. In Brooklyn Center, David Schumann, WCCO 4 News.
The place in Brooklyn Center where Daunte Wright was killed is still a memorial and a gathering place.
I am hoping that, obviously I want it to be a living memorial. I want my son's name to be remembered, but I don't want it to be an inconvenience to the community.
The memorial is on 6.
You should have been saying that when your son was alive. He was an inconvenience to the community, period. The people that he shot, the people that he robbed at gunpoint, resisting arrest, fleeing from police, multiple warrants out, sexually assaulted a female. Your son was a menace to society. And you talking about the mural being an inconvenience to the community?
63rd Avenue and Catherine Drive. The city plans to take it down a few weeks ago, but they put their plans on hold after several people spoke against moving the memorial. Katie Wright says this place should be remembered as a part of history.
We could go on and on why we are doing this. It's bigger than Daunte. It's bigger than just that street corner. It's a part of history, and it's a part of history that needs change. And if we get rid of it, that won't happen.
There were several tributes planned in Brooklyn Center to mark the one.
This is how delusional these people are. And this is a glider female who is inserted herself into the community, or let a person from the community insert himself into her, rather. So she doesn't understand. She doesn't even understand fully the ramifications of her actions. She's just backing it because, oh, that was my son. He was my kid. He got killed by the police. Your son was, he was a walking devil. Okay? he was a walking devil. Like, it makes no sense to me, bro.
1-year anniversary of Wright's death, with many of the events being called an angelversary.
I'm here on the corner of MLK and Frederick Douglass, where a shooting just took place. And as you can see, it's a pretty rough area. So I'm basically risking my life reporting on this madness. So make sure you do me a favor and hit the subscribe button. Like the video, hell, share the video. And make sure you go ahead and leave a comment down in the comments section to continue the discussion on how we can find solutions to all this son violence in the streets. I'm Jenquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia, BGZM News 17.
The footage shows the police officers unlocking the door with a key and storming into the apartment. Within seconds of a verbal warning, 22-year-old Amir Locke, lying under a blanket, is dead. At an emotional news conference on Friday, family members called for justice and accountability.
I believe that he was executed by the MPD, and I want the police officer that murdered my son to be prosecuted and fired.
In the video, Locke can be seen holding a gun. Family members said he had a permit to carry the weapon.
Okay, so guys, we also broke down the Amir Locke situation in my live. Amir Locke was into it with some bad people. He had a cousin who was a super gremlin on demon time, okay? So although he had a license to carry and all this kind of stuff, the company that he kept ultimately led to his demise, okay? And if you guys want to see the full breakdown of the warrant that the police officers had, the probable cause that they had to enter the apartment, the reason why they did it, then go check out my live, the first live that I did, called Black Gen Z Breaks Down the Warrant and the Super Gremlin Friends that got Amir Locke killed. All right, I'm sure you guys will find value in that and you'll get to the bottom of what happened. So Amir Locke, obviously it was a horrible incident, but you also have to hold him accountable. All right, and I know accountability is a buzzword and a bad word in the community, but it's reality. You got to hold this man accountable for hanging out with guys that he knows are 1, murderers, 2, thieves, okay, 3, just outright bad people. The company that he kept was not good, okay? And I wouldn't be surprised if he involved himself in some of the demon time activities that his friends and his cousin were up to. I mean, his cousin literally wanted for murdering the plug, which is some BS, bruh. Okay? Guys out here murdering the plug over an ounce of weed. It's ridiculous. And these are the types of people that Amir Locke surrounded himself with. I'm not saying that I'm glad that he got killed in the way he did, but I'm saying that the company that you keep is a determinant into your ultimate fate.
Amir was a gun-carrying, licensed individual.
Earlier, Locke's family appeared with their lawyers in a virtual news conference.
They didn't announce anyone's name. All they announced was that they were there executing a warrant, waking somebody out of sleep while lawfully possessing a gun.
The Minneapolis Police Department has confirmed that Locke's name wasn't on the warrant.
And this is what I'll say. A lot of times there are jack boys out here who make the police job a lot more difficult because they gonna knock on the door saying they police, and then it's like 5 super gremlins with Pooh Shiesty masks. So dudes are on edge when they hear, oh, police, because they're like, is it really the police or are these the jack boys coming to get me? The fact that he was sleeping with a gun is weird, but it shows me that he knew the type of people that he was around. and he knew he had to be on guard.
These are wrenching videos to watch. They're painful, but it's necessary. And I hope that it provides some answers along with the questions.
The Minnesota Gun Owners Caucus released a blistering statement criticizing the police, saying, Mr. Locke did what many of us might do in the same confusing circumstances. He reached for a legal means of self-defense while he sought to understand what was happening. This latest incident comes nearly 2 years after George Floyd's killing by the Minneapolis police sparked international outrage. The department now finds itself at the center of another controversy. A lawyer for Locke's family posed this question as he called for change.
The fact that it's repeatedly Black Americans who end up in that situation makes us wonder.
Okay, I gotta stop him here. Bro, there are way more white people who get killed by police. That's just the reality. And we also have to understand the whole situation. Why was this man, like, literally, if you go watch my live, you'll see the company that he kept. He did not surround himself around good people. And we all know that saying that you are the sum of the 5 people that you hang around.
Why isn't it any American? Why is it only Black Americans that we don't give a chance to live in these situations?
The Minneapolis Police Department is being investigated by the Justice Department to see if there's a pattern of civil rights violations. Mike Hanna, Al Jazeera, Washington.
Minnesota prosecutors have announced they will not file charges against a Minneapolis police officer who fatally shot Amir Locke while executing a no-knock warrant in February. The officer firing just seconds after the SWAT team went inside. Tonight, authorities on why they're not pressing charges and the family now responding. Alex Perez from Minneapolis tonight.
Tonight, prosecutors say no criminal charges will be filed against the Minneapolis SWAT team officer who shot and killed a 22-year-old Amir Locke during this early morning no-knock raid.
You don't want to put anybody on trial for a case simply to meet public demand. It has to be a ethical consideration based on prosecutorial ethics.
Authorities say police body camera video shows Locke raised his handgun in Officer Mark Hanneman's direction moments before Hanneman shot him.
Although his finger was not on the trigger, that gun was pointed directly at Officer Hanneman.
That portion of the video has not yet been released. The ordeal unfolding in less than 10 seconds. A police body camera video shows officers using a key to quietly enter the apartment, then announcing themselves.
Please search for it! Please search for it!
Locke, on the couch at his cousin's apartment under a blanket, appears to be woken up by the commotion when he's seen with a gun in hand. Hanneman fires 3 shots.
Guys, I suggest you go check out my live, man. We break it down thoroughly. Should the cop be charged? Nah, I don't think so. Okay, I don't think so. It's an unfortunate situation, but like I said, bro, you have to understand who you are around. And if your cousin is out here drilling and killing, and you want to stay over, spend the night, have a slumber party, you best believe that you're going to have to take everything that comes with that.
The warrant related to a separate murder case. Locke was not a suspect, nor was he named in the warrant. His family says he legally owned his gun. His heartbroken mother tonight outraged the officer who killed him won't be charged.
The spirit of my baby is going to haunt you for the rest of your life. I am not disappointed. I am disgusted with the city of Minneapolis.
And David, prosecutors today did express sympathy to the Locke family, but say the officer acted lawfully and any charges would not hold in court. The mayor here, by the way.
That's the law. Just like if these super gremlins was to get bonded out on a low bail after hitting a lick or shooting somebody in the face or killing somebody, that's the law. Okay? It is what it is. This is the reality of the situation, guys. if you want real understanding of this situation, check out my live. Just go ahead and check out my live.
Has instituted a permanent ban on no-knock warrants, which becomes effective on Friday. David?
All right, Alex Perez in Minneapolis. Alex, thank you.
Gang violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. But I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.